No one knows your data better than your business analysts. They understand the value of IoT device data and know how to contextualize it in JD Edwards. They understand which data is mission critical, which data can be dismissed, and what actions to take when certain conditions take place. So why not empower them with the decision-making process of what happens with your IoT data? To simplify the creation of orchestrations, Oracle has developed the JD Edwards EnterpriseOne Orchestrator Studio, which enables a business analyst to create, test, and deploy orchestrations. The Orchestrator Studio provides an intuitive graphical user interface that hides the complexity of the underlying code required for processing orchestrations. The Studio allows you to create these orchestrations, but also service requests, which contain the process steps for turning the IoT data into transactions in EnterpriseOne. Whitelists are acceptance criteria that determine which data or inputs are allowed in the orchestration. Rules determine when the data is acted upon, and cross-references are mappings that translate third-party data to EnterpriseOne values. Let's take a look at an example of an orchestration. On the left we can see the list of available orchestrations. Some are simple and use only one service request, while others are more complex and contain multiple steps. Let's drill into one that is simple in structure but uses a rule. In this case, we want to update the condition-based maintenance application only when a temperature reading exceeds 79 degrees. When a condition is true, that is, the temperature is getting too high, then we use two service requests. One is to execute a workflow, and one is to update the condition-based maintenance application. If the condition is not met, we update the supplemental data table with the temperature reading. Let's see this in action now. What you see here is a composed page with watch lists on the left, a temperature simulator in the middle, and a condition-based maintenance form on the right. Since the simulator is coming from an external link, we can also test it from a mobile device. We set the temperature to 93.1 degrees, which meets the condition and should invoke the workflow. The workflow can send text alerts, which you see coming in right now. The next step would be to update the form with the temperature reading and create a service work order. We can also see this notification in our condition-based maintenance mobile app. However, in a real business scenario, it would not just be one simulator updating one piece of equipment. Instead, you may have hundreds or thousands of connected devices, most of which you want to track continuously. The JD Edwards EnterpriseOne IoT Orchestrator supports integration with the Oracle Internet of Things Cloud Service, a powerful service that provides the ability to connect, analyze, and integrate IoT data on a large and fast scale. IoT Cloud Service scales from hundreds to millions of devices and is designed for high-speed and real-time apps that send massive amounts of data. It integrates first and foremost with JD Edwards, but also with other Oracle Cloud Service products. This entire flow can now be built out by business analysts, so unleash the power of the citizen developer through the use of the JD Edwards Internet of Things Orchestrator.
This quick tour shows the new JD Edwards EnterpriseOne Orchestrator features available with the EnterpriseOne Tools 9224 and Orchestrator Studio 610. New features provide significant advancements in EnterpriseOne process automation and interfacing with external systems through orchestrations. These features include the Orchestrator Process Recorder, a tool that drastically simplifies the process of creating a form request. Report service requests, which enable orchestrations to launch a JD Edwards EnterpriseOne report or embedded Oracle BI Publisher report. Service request connectors that use FTP or REST protocols to transfer files in or out of your EnterpriseOne environment. User interface enhancements that make it easier to work with orchestration inputs, including defining arrays for orchestration inputs. Orchestration exception handling to log any errors that may occur during the execution of an orchestration. Let's take a look at some of these new features. Prior to this release, here in the Orchestrator Studio, to create a form request, you had to use the form request design page to load and identify each control and field used to perform the actions in the form request. You had to move each action to the order of execution area and verify the actions were in the proper order. This functionality is still available, but now you can use the Orchestrator Process Recorder to capture the form request actions directly in EnterpriseOne. In the Process Recorder, you simply start the recording and then open a program and perform the steps you want the form request to execute. The Process Recorder records each control that you click, any values that you enter, and any row menu taken to access another program or form. When finished, you stop the recording, name the form request, and if desired, select any fields that contain values that you want the form request to return from EnterpriseOne. Back in the Orchestrator Studio, you can open a form request created in the Process Recorder and make any necessary modifications. Next, the new Report Service Request feature enables you to launch an EnterpriseOne report or embedded Oracle BI Publisher report from an orchestration. This is an example of a report service request in an orchestration. Let's open this Report Service Request step to view how it was created. In the design page, you specify the report to launch by entering the report ID in the report field. You can configure a report service request to use blind execution to run a report. Blind execution uses the settings defined for the report in EnterpriseOne. If a report is typically launched from a report interconnect, you can enter any values defined for the report interconnect here. Or you can override report settings by adding or modifying data selection, data sequencing, or processing options. You can also enter variables for these settings to pass in these values from orchestration inputs. Another new feature enables orchestrations to transfer files, including report output files, through connector service requests. You can configure a connector service request to use an FTP connection or REST connection to transfer files. Connections are soft coding records that provide the connector service request with access to the external resource. Configure an FTP connector to send a report file from a temporary directory on the AIS server to an FTP server, or configure it to send or receive other types of files. Configure a REST connector to transfer files to a third-party REST service. When added to an orchestration that includes a report service request, a REST connector or an FTP connector can transfer the output of the report service request to an external system. Let's take a look at an example of this. Here on the Orchestrations page, this orchestration contains a REST connector that transfers the output of a report service request to the Oracle Content and Experience Cloud. Leveraging orchestrations to dynamically transfer files can eliminate the development and maintenance of a custom solution to perform the same functionality. The features shown here provide significant advancements in automating EnterpriseOne business processes and interfacing with external systems through orchestrations.
Your business is constantly in motion. Whether you manufacture, construct, grow, or service things, the activity never stops. All day, every day, you are opening and completing work orders, sales orders, purchase orders, inventory transfers, and financial transactions. And at the heart of it all is your JD Edwards system. JD Edwards provides many ways for you to get the data you need: data queries within applications, OneView reports and watch lists, UX1 pages, mobile applications. But all of these methods require you to go look for the data you need. Wouldn't it be great if JD Edwards could push critical information to you, regardless of whether you were signed on to the system? Welcome to JD Edwards EnterpriseOne Notifications. Whether you are busy at your desk or out in the field, JD Edwards Notifications push critical information to you based on events or conditions that you need to know about. Perhaps a large order just came in. A shipment is going to be late. Inventory is running low. Equipment is down. EnterpriseOne notifications allow you to be aware of these events and to act fast. You decide which notifications you want to subscribe to, and you decide how you would like to receive these messages. whether via email, a text message using an SMS email address, or within EnterpriseOne. For some notifications, you can even specify inputs, such as a particular purchase order or a customer that you want to track. Or you can further define the delivery policy, particularly if the notification is based on a watch list. Maybe you only want to be notified when your watch list hits a critical threshold. After you set up your subscriptions, you'll start receiving notifications through email or as a pop-up message, like this reminder for time entry, or on your phone, such as this alert that some forklifts have gone down, or within JD Edwards EnterpriseOne in the notification list under the new bell icon. Here's a notification message sent when large customer orders are received. You don't need technical programming or development skills to create notifications. Business analysts, those who know your business and your EnterpriseOne applications best, use the Orchestrator Studio to design notifications that meet your needs. When defining the notification message, the notification designer can include variables and application shortcuts to personalize the message and provide quick access to an application, enabling you to respond to the information immediately. Notifications, helping you stay informed and connected to your JD Edwards system and your business, whether you're in the office or on the go. For more information on notifications, visit us online at learnjde.com. Thanks for watching.